with these social media platforms, and those engagements typically happen through members of our senior staff, but also members of our COVID-19 team. Given, as Dr. Murthy conveyed, this is a big issue of misinformation, specifically on the pandemic. In terms of actions, Alex, that we have taken, or we're working to take, I should say, from the federal government, we've increased disinformation research and tracking within the Surgeon General's office. We're flagging problematic posts for Facebook that spread disinformation.
The U.S.-Russian working group on ransomware. Can you say a little?
We're working with doctors and medical professionals to connect to connected medical experts who are popular with their audiences with accurate information and boost trusted content. So we're helping get trusted content out there. We also created the COVID Community Corps to get factual information into the hands of local messengers. And we're also investing, as you all have seen, in the president's, the vice president's, and Dr. Fauci's time in meeting with influencers who also have large reaches to a lot of these target audiences who can spread and share accurate information.
Request for tech companies to be more aggressive in policing.
Communism is a failed ideology, and we certainly believe that. It has failed the people of Cuba. They deserve freedom. They deserve a government that supports them, whether that is making sure they have health and medical supplies, access to vaccines, or whether they have economic opportunity and prosperity. And instead, this has been a government, an authoritarian communist regime that has repressed its people and has failed the people of Cuba. Hence, we're seeing them in the streets. But I would note that the ideology of the government, which has failed, has led to a lack of access to economic opportunity, to medical supplies, to COVID vaccines. So all of those pieces are true.
Citizenship pathway into the reconciliation package is the
well, first, he is certainly advocating for and speaking out, as we've put out a statement, multiple statements. Maybe one of you will ask him a question about Cuba today. I will leave it to all of you to determine that. But one, he has made clear that he stands with the Cuban people and their call for freedom from both the pandemic and from decades of repression and economic suffering to which they've been subjected by Cuba's authoritarian regime. There's an ongoing review of our own policies. And as we look at those policies, one of the big factors is ensuring we are not doing anything to pad the pockets of a corrupt authoritarian regime. And even as we look at individual components of policies that would be under consideration, including, say, remittances, there are a range of factors. There are a number, of course, of people who have called for a return for allowing remittances to go from family members to individuals in Cuba. On the flip side of that, or one of the challenges, is the prevention or our desire to prevent remittances or any funding going in the hands or the pockets of leaders in Cuba.
Some of this misinformation more than they actually trust members of your own administration.
The FBI is providing investigative assistance to the Haitian authorities at the request of the government of Haiti. They remain committed to working alongside our international partners to administer justice. That was a specific ask. We're also continuing to provide ongoing security assistance and consultations, as they have also requested. We're still working with leaders in Haiti to refine their requests, and that review is ongoing. We're in regular touch, and as we have additional components to provide, we'll share that with all of you.
Any kind of a further readout of what decisions were made
On it. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone.